Hello everybody, how are you guys doing? Welcome to another video reaction, and today we're gonna be checking out a movie request by my lovely Patreon Heather, and that movie is a very famous and obviously known film that I just have never gotten around to watching but always wanted to check out, and that is Dead Poets Society. I've heard a lot about this. Well, let me rephrase. I've heard people mention this movie a lot. I don't know anything about what the movie is about, but it's just been like talked about and referenced a lot. I think it's considered kind of like a hallmark in cinema and in like writing. I could be wrong, but I feel like I've heard it in these conversations when it comes to people like really referencing like the apex of like writing and stuff. I don't know if I'm just making this up or if that is actually the case, but I'm about to find out. So yeah, I don't know anything about it, so I'm jumping into this again completely blind, and hopefully it leaves me with a great impression. So before we jump to the reaction, as always, I just need to give a special shout out to my amazing Patreons. Chaklo, Firini AK, Archangel, Berry Sweets, Mamacat, Heather Nettles, Select Stay Home, Mars of France, Precious Lily White, Jeremy Sire, and Young Koi Zaza. Thank you guys for being patrons of my channel. Your support is greatly appreciated. For anybody who would like to join the Patreon, the link is in the description down below. Feel free to check that out. Also consider subscribing to my channel. We're so close to 1000 subscribers, and that is gonna be huge for my channel, so I'd really appreciate it if you gave this YouTube channel a sub, if you're enjoying what you're seeing, that is. But that's all with that. I don't have anything else to say, so let's jump right into Dead Poets Society, guys. Let's go. Tradition, honor, and what's the third one? Discipline, excellence. Alright.
Mr. John Keating, himself an honors graduate of this school.
Mr. Robin
For the
Williams.
past several years.
It's open. Father, I thought you'd gone. Sir.
The voice crack. Who is the actor? Like, he's so familiar to me. I've definitely seen him. Where was he? Like in a series or something?
But I'm the assistant editor this year.
He was playing a doctor.
Father, I can't.
Was it House MD?
Don't you ever dispute me in public, you understand?
Father, I wasn't
After
disputing.
you finished medical school and you're on your own, then you can do as you damn well please. But until then, you do as I tell you. Is that clear?
Sir, I'm sorry.
So yeah, I'm guessing like people send their kids here either if they think they're super smart, or if they want them
let you do what you want.
to be thought of as super smart, or if they want them to be disciplined.
Tell him off. Couldn't get any worse. Oh, that's rich. Like you guys tell your parents off.
So I'm guessing Robin Williams is gonna be like the antithesis of what the school is about, like in the way that he teaches, right?
You can either call me Mr. Keating, if you're slightly more daring, or Captain, my captain. Yes, I too attended Welton. I survived.
Oh,
No,
so he was a student there.
At that time, I was not the mental giant you see before you. Because we are food for worms, lads. Because believe it or not, each and every one of us in this room is one day going to stop breathing, turn cold, and die. Peruse some of the faces from the past.
So
I've walked past them
unfortunate,
many times. I don't think you've really looked at them.
considering Robin Williams being dead right now. Him saying that.
Seize the day, boys. Make your lives extraordinary.
That sounds like a horror movie. The way he said that. He took what he told them to heart, it seems like. I mean, it is actually like most people's goal in life, whenever the time comes. It may long, long, long away for most of us watching this right now. When the time is that you're for your final arrests, I would say, that you think at least of your life as, you know, I tried my best, at least to the highest extent,
Dr. Hager?
given circumstances and everything. I did the best that I could. And that's regarding what you want your life to be, not some societal norm. I think that's very important. You did your best for you, not other people.
What happened?
You say, woman.
Tonight, I met the most beautiful girl I have ever seen in my entire life.
All the good ones go for jerks. You know that.
Tell us all this time.
Figure out
Oh, Jesus.
If the poem's score for perfection is plotted on the horizontal of a graph, and its importance is plotted on the vertical, then calculating the total area of the poem yields the measure of its greatness. As you proceed through the poetry in this book, practice this rating method. As your ability to evaluate poems in this manner grows, so will your enjoyment and understanding of poetry.
That's actually very interesting information.
Excrement. That's what I think of Mr. J. Evans Pritchard. We're not laying pipe. We're talking about poetry. How can you
Here, that's me. Here I'm like, oh, that's actually very interesting. But he's like, nah, scratch that.
Rip out the entire page.
Rip it out!
Come on, rip it out.
Going.
Thank you, Mr. Dalton. Tear out the entire introduction. I want it gone. History. Leave nothing of it.
Rip it out. Rip. Be gone, J. Evans Pritchard, Ph.D.
Rip! Put it on a roll!
Not the Bible. You're not going to go to hell for this.
What the hell is going on here?
I don't hear enough rip.
Miss Keating. So you are.
Right, turn around and exit my classroom, sir,
Keep ripping,
as
gentlemen.
I'm teaching.
This is a battle. Going forward, measuring poetry. No.
Should have held it like a bucket for them to shoot.
For yourself
Kobe.
again. You will learn.
But I guess back then it would be like,
Ideas can change
Bert.
the world. And you are here. That life exists and identity. That the powerful play goes on and you may contribute a verse. That the powerful play goes on and you may contribute a verse. What will your verse be?
I feel like Robin Williams is gonna motivate me in this movie. That's what I feel.
You big risk by encouraging them to become artists, John, when they realize that they're not Rembrandts, Shakespeare's, or Mozart's. They'll hate you for it.
We're not talking artists, George. We're talking free thinkers.
Not a cynic.
A realist? Is that
A
what you guys?
realist.
All cynics are realists.
Show me the heart unfettered by foolish dreams. and I'll
That's
show
what
you
cynics
a
say,
happy
that
life.
they're realists. No.
But only in their dreams can men be truly free.
Oh, Captain, my captain.
Gentlemen,
Hmm?
We were just looking in your old annual. What's the Dead Poets Society?
I doubt the present administration would look too favorably upon that. The dead poets were dedicated to sucking the marrow out of life. That's a phrase from Thoreau we would invoke at the beginning of every meeting. You mean it was a bunch of guys sitting around reading poetry?
no, Mr. Overstreet, it wasn't just guys. We weren't a Greek organization. We were romantics. We didn't just read poetry. We let it drip from our tongues.
I say we go tonight.
Wait a minute. Everybody in?
All I'm saying is that we have to be careful. We can't get caught.
No shit, Sherlock.
I'll try anything once.
Except sex.
I mean, as long as you're careful.
I don't want to do it, okay?
Right. What if you didn't have to read? What if you just came and listened?
That's not how it works.
Forget how it works. What if they said it was okay?
Right? You make the rules. It's not like there's a rule book.
Ask me.
Where did you
If such a thing there be, they learn to love from me.
Wow. Did you write that? That which we are. One equal temper of heroic hearts. Made weak by time and fate, but strong in will.
Then I had a vision. I could not turn from their revel in derision. Then I saw
Is she rapping?
cutting through the forest with a golden track. Then I saw the Congo creeping through the black. Cutting through the forest with a golden track.
Imagine somebody passing by.
I stand upon my desk to remind myself that we must constantly look at things in a different way.
I feel this sentence so much, personally.
See, the world looks very different from up here.
Can't just
Come on. Just when you think
keep
you
doing
know
what everybody
something,
else is doing.
You have to look at it in another
It's
way.
been done
Even though it may
before, so
seem
many
silly,
times.
Or now, in addition to your essays, I would like you to compose a poem of your own, an original work.
Well, that sounds fun. What do you mean? Oh,
That's right. You have to deliver it aloud in front of the class. Mr. Anderson. Don't think that I don't know that this assignment scares the hell out of you, you mole.
so like, is he just incredibly like shy, doesn't want to speak in front of people, or does he have something else?
Open trial. So. I'm gonna act. Ah! Yes! Yes! I'm gonna be an actor.
I know his father's not gonna be happy about that.
Whether my father wants me to or not, carpe diem!
How are you going to be in a play if your father won't let you? Well, why don't you just call him and ask him, and maybe he'll say yes.
That's a laugh. If I don't ask him, at least I won't be disobeying him.
Yeah, but if he said no
Jesus,
before,
Todd, whose side are you on? I mean, I haven't even gotten a part yet. Can I even enjoy the idea for a little while?
I like this shot.
You're coming to the meeting this afternoon.
I don't know, maybe.
Being in the club means being stirred up, I think. You look about as stirred up as a cesspool. Gotta do something, not just say you're in.
Listen, Neil, I appreciate this concern, but I'm not like you, all right? You say things and people listen. The point is that there's nothing you can do about it, so you can just butt out. I can take care of myself just fine, all right?
No. Give me, Neil, give that back. You're dreaming of poetry. I'm being chased by Walt Whitman.
There is something to letting somebody find their own way, right? Because what you might be passionate about might not be their passion. Doesn't mean that they're not passionate. It just might not be the exact same thing that you are passionate about. In this instance, his passion might come in a more reserved way, right? But it doesn't mean that he's not passionate about whatever he is. He seemed to be pretty passionate about the poem he was writing, even if he didn't say it yet, you know?
I'm writing to you on behalf of my son.
I feel like his dream is gonna crash and burn, but he'll come out of this a lot better. See, look how excited he is with his poem. Well, never mind. Thought he was.
You're sitting there in agony. Come on, Todd, step up. Let's put you out of your misery.
I didn't do it. I didn't write a poem.
Well, he wrote multiple of them,
Mr.
actually.
Anderson thinks that everything inside of him is worthless.
Yo,
Oh, that's a mouse. Come on, louder.
yo.
Oh, good God, boy, yell like mad.
There it is.
You see, you're a barbarian in you after all. Now, you don't get away that easy. Use your imagination. Say the first thing that pops into your head, even if it's total gibberish. Go on, go on.
A sweaty-toothed madman.
Good God, boy, there's a poet in you after all. Here, close your eyes.
Close my eyes.
Yes?
And this image floats beside me.
Sweaty-toothed madman.
A sweaty-toothed madman with a stare that pounds my brain.
Oh, that's excellent. Mumble.
Mumbling truth. Truth like a blanket that always leaves your feet cold.
Forget them, forget them. Stay with the blanket. Tell me about that blanket.
Kick at it, beat it, it'll never cover any of us. From the moment we enter crying to the moment we leave dying, it'll just cover your face as you wail and cry and scream.
Get this.
No, nobody comes with that on the spot. That was right from the poem she was writing. But we'll give him the claps anyway.
Boy, picture. Inhale deeply.
My dad collects a lot of pipes.
Really? Mine's got 30.
Your parents collect pipes? Oh, that's really interesting. Come on, not.
Actually, have you ever seen like pipes? How cool they look? And if you get different like styles and designs, they are super interesting. Actually, legitimately, I used to. No, well, not collect, but I used to admire. Why does this sound worse than collect pipes? No, I was admiring pipes. That's when they discover he actually has a talent for it. So we have an actor, a musician. I feel like Anderson is gonna go into poetry. He's gonna redefine walking for them.
There it is. Have you noticed everyone started off with their own stride, their own pace? Mr. Pitts, taking his time. He knew he'll get there one day. Mr. Cameron, you can see him thinking, is this right? It might be right, it might be right. I know that. Maybe not, I don't know. Mr. Overstreet, driven by a deeper force. Yes. We know the point of conformity, the difficulty in maintaining your own beliefs in the face of others. Now, those of you, I see the look in your eyes like, I would have walked differently.
And that's a good thing.
Why you are clapping. Your beliefs are unique, your own, even though others may think them odd or unpopular, even though the herd may go, that's bad.
Facts.
Robert Frost said,
Speak, Robin
in
Williams.
the wood, and I took the one lesson. I want you to find your own walk right now. Your own way of striding, pacing, any direction, any silly.
He's redefining walking.
Gentlemen, the courtyard is yours.
Today's my birthday. Is today your birthday? Happy birthday.
Thanks.
What'd you get?
My parents gave me this.
Isn't this the same desk?
Yeah, they gave me the same thing as last year. I didn't even like it the first time.
Todd, I think you're underestimating the value of this desk set. I mean, if I were ever going to buy a desk set twice, I would probably buy this one both times. Aerodynamic, isn't it? You can feel it.
He's gonna throw it.
World's first unmanned flying desk set. You'll get another one next year.
He should be a stand-up comedian instead of an actor.
Guys, move. Come on, folks. It's Friday night. Let's get on with the meeting. Guys, I have an announcement to make. Giving up the name Charles Dalton. From now on, call me Nuwanda. Nuwanda?
Please don't call him Wanda. Yeah, that's not where you want to sit, my guy. Or perhaps, no, never mind. No, what? That's not Carpe Diem, that's called something else. Now guess what happens if your guy sees you.
What the hell are you doing?
That's what happens.
I know this looks bad.
Next time I see you, you die.
If that was my girl and I saw some random dude just rubbing on her head while she's passed out on the couch, I'm fighting him. What are we talking about?
Yeah.
I'm beating that dude up.
I might be going to
100%. 100%.
Don't you think they're gonna figure out who wrote it? They're gonna come to you and ask to know what the Dead Poets Society is. Charlie, you had no right to do something like that.
It's Nuwanda, Cameron.
That's right. It's Nuwanda.
Now we
It's
just
not.
playing around out here, or do we?
They look pissed. People are having fun in our establishment.
This week's issue of Welton there appeared a profane and unauthorized article.
You know it's bad when it's
Rather
profane.
than spend asking any and all students who know anything about this article to make themselves known here and now.
Only thing worth about this school is Robin Williams.
Welton Academy, just a moment.
Mr. Nolan, it's for you. It's God.
What is it doing? Yes. 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 Because why the fuck not?
That smirk off your face. What is this Dead Poet Society? I want names.
Look at his interrogation method. Did you crack? Well, poor choice of vocabulary, but did you crack? You better not. Better not. Nobody likes a rat.
You kicked out?
No. Turn everybody in, apologize to school, and all will be forgiven.
So, what are you gonna do? Charlie.
Damn it, Neil. The name is Nuwanda.
So yeah, he didn't crack. You know what? I actually like Nanda. He's good
My
people.
first classroom, John. Some unorthodox teaching methods in your classroom. I'm
They're not
saying
rumors.
they've had anything to do with the Dalton boys' outburst. But I don't think I have to warn you, boys his age are very impressionable.
Dangers of conformity.
Well, John, the curriculum here is set. It's proven it works. If you question it, what's to prevent them from doing the same?
I always thought the idea of education was to learn to think for yourself.
At these boys' age, not on your life. Tradition, John. Discipline. Prepare them for college and the rest will take care of itself.
Prepare them to be good, upstanding robots in society. Sounds about right.
It was a pretty lame stunt you pulled today.
You're siding with Mr. Nolan? What about Carpe Diem and sucking all the marrow out of life?
Sucking the marrow out of life doesn't mean choking on the bone. You being expelled from school is not daring to me, it's stupid. Because you'll miss some golden opportunities.
Yeah, like what?
Like, if nothing else, the opportunity to attend my classes.
Father.
Neil?
Before you say anything,
Please let me.
Dare talk back to me. It's bad enough that you've wasted your time with this absurd acting business.
Is he the guy that played
You
in
deliberately deceive me.
Robocop, the villain dude?
How did you expect to get away with this?
but I'd surprise you. I've gotten all A's in
You really
every
think I wasn't going
class.
to find out? Oh, my niece is in a play with your son, says Mrs. Marks. No, I say, you must be mistaken. My son's not in a play. You made a liar out of me, Neil.
No, I can't. I have the main part. The performance is tomorrow night.
I don't care if the world comes to an end tomorrow night. You were through with that play.
What's the point of parenting
clear?
like this?
Gosh, they don't give you much room around here.
That's part of the monastic oath. You know, worldly things distracting me from my teaching.
That's the good.
She's also in London.
But he doesn't know. I can see his point. We're not a rich family like Charlie's. He's planning the rest of my life for me, and he's never asked me what I want.
Have you ever told your father what you just told me? About your passion for acting? You ever showed him that?
I can't.
Why not? You're playing the part of the dutiful son.
Mm-hmm.
I know this sounds impossible, but you have to talk to him. You have to show him who you are, what your heart is.
I know what he'll say. He'll tell me that acting's a whim and I should forget it.
If it's not a whim for you, you prove it to him by your conviction and your passion. You show him that, and if he still doesn't believe you, well, by then you'll be out of school and you can do anything you want.
What about the play? The show's tomorrow night.
And you have to talk to him before tomorrow night. Did you talk to your father?
He didn't like it one bit. But at least he's letting me stay in the play. I think he's gonna let me stay with acting.
Really?
Are you telling the truth?
Me?
Yeah. Thanks.
He's like, he doesn't believe him.
What is that? It's an Indian warrior symbol for virility.
No, that's Superman side.
Like
Or Flash.
girls
Wait.
Oh, come on, Charlie. The girls are waiting.
It's fun for you to come barging into my school and make a complete fool out of me.
didn't mean to make a fool out of you.
Well, you did.
I love you.
Ox, you say that over and over. You don't even know me.
Come on, Chris, just give me one chance. If you don't like me after tonight, I'll stay away forever.
Uh-huh.
I promise.
And I suppose you would promise that this would be the end of it.
Dead Poet's Honor.
What is that?
My word.
Come on. Yeah, you know you want to. You wouldn't be here, like you said, if you didn't.
You are so infuriating.
Or that shrewd and knavish sprite called Robin Goodfellow.
Thou speakst aright. I am that merry wanderer of the night. I jest to Oberon and make him smile when I am fat and bean-fed horse from Big Isle. Nay, in the likeness of a filly foal. Sometime lurk I in a gossip's bowl in very
What play is
likeness
this?
of a roasted crab.
Becomes a virtuous bachelor and a maid. And good night, sweet friend. I love near altar to thy sweet life end.
Amen. Amen to that fair curse.
Neil.
Then ends life when I am.
Cute, Neil. Come on, Neil.
What is this play again? What is that? Is that a donkey on the floor?
If you pardon, we will mend. And as I am an honest Puck, if we have unearned luck, now to escape the serpent's tongue, we will make amends ere long. Else the Puck a liar call, and Robin shall restore amends.
Come on, bad clap. God damn it. Better be encouraging words from a father to his child who has just acted out a dream of his.
Performance. You left even me speechless.
You have to stay in the car. Keating, you stay away from my son.
Neil! Neil!
Whatever the reason, we're not going to let you ruin your life.
Ruin?
I'm withdrawing you from Welton and enrolling you in Brayton Military School. You're going to Harvard, and you're going to be a doctor.
It's 10 more years. Father, that's a lifetime!
Stop it. Be so dramatic. You make it sound like a prison term.
Because it is!
You have opportunities that I never even dreamt of, and I am not going to let you
I've
waste
got
them.
to tell you what I feel!
What is it?
Tell him.
Is it more of this acting business? Because you can forget that.
Nothing.
Come on, man.
Well, then let's go to bed.
What is she doing? What are we doing? This better not be the gun. Hold on. Better, it can't be. Can't be. Can be. I swear to God, if he killed himself over this, instead of actually telling his father, like using his fucking words, also if he killed himself over like his first, like yeah, you got told no, but like Neil, you did not kill yourself over this.
Tom, what is it?
You did not. You did not.
Neil?
I'll look outside.
There's smoke. He did not fucking do this.
Oh, Neil! Oh, my God!
He fucking killed himself? No, man. Where's your resolve? Where's your fucking... You got told no by your father. You just gave up your whole entire life? Instead of like attempting to speak to him, you just kill yourself? That's your solution to your problem? Like what?
Todd. It's okay, Todd. It's all right, Todd.
His father did it. It's his father killed.
That would have been more believable to me. What?
Todd!
Like, what is the meaning behind that? What is the movie trying to convey with that? And it's not like we saw him have like serious mental health issues. That's a mental health issue that we just saw. Like, that was years of something pent up that just blew up.
He's a fine student. One of Welton's best. And he will be missed.
He's in Nolan's office right now, thinking.
About what?
The club, Pitsy. Think about it. The board of directors, the trustees, and Mr. Nolan. Do you think for one moment they're gonna let this thing just blow over?
What's going on, guys?
You think, didn't you, Cameron? You told Nolan everything about the club is what I'm talking about.
Look, in case you hadn't heard, Dalton, there's something called an honor code at this school, all right? And if you guys are smart, you will do exactly what I did and cooperate. They're not after us. We're the victims. If it wasn't for Mr. Keating, Neil would be cozied up in his room right now, studying his chemistry and dreaming of being called
That
doctor.
is not true, Cameron. You know that. He didn't put us up to anything.
I say, let Keating fry. I mean, why ruin our lives?
Yeah. Punchable face, I was about to say. Very punchable face.
You just signed your expulsion papers, Nuwanda.
Oh, punch him again!
And if the rest of you...
Bro, I'm still shocked by the fact that he shot himself in the first trial and tribulation of his dream.
Come.
Excuse me. I came for my personals. Should I come back after class?
Get them now, Mr. Keating.
Understanding Poetry by Dr. J. Evans Pritchard, Ph.D. To fully understand poetry, we must first be fluent with its meter, rhyme, and figures of speech. Important is that objective.
What is she gonna do? Is she gonna do something?
Question 1 rates the poem's perfection. Question 2 rates its importance. And once these questions have been answered, determining the poem's greatness becomes a relatively simple matter.
Mr. Keating, they made everybody
Quiet, Mr.
sign
Anderson.
it. You gotta believe me, it's true.
I do believe you, Tom.
Leave, Mr. Keating.
But it wasn't his fault.
Sit down, Mr. Anderson. Leave, Mr. Keating. I said leave, Mr. Keating.
Captain, my captain.
Sit down, Mr. Anderson. Down!
Come on, get up on the desks.
Oh, Captain, my captain.
Mr. Overstreet, I warn you. Sit down.
Who the fuck are you? Stand up, too. No, we don't need you sitting up. We don't need you. We don't need you. Stay down there.
Thank you, boys. Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful show of his teachings, like actually getting through them. That's what this is. But Neil's storyline, I don't understand the message that they're trying to get across with that. You got denied, bro, once. And then you take your own life. That's not what you was about. And that's not what you were taught. They just showed him having a very, very strict father. And even in that, like, they told us how he kind of understood his parents' position, right? Not having as much, being scared, as all parents are, that their child is going down a path that is not gonna be beneficial to him. And he didn't even sit down to actually have the conversation that he told Mr. Keating that he would have, or he did have, when he was asked. just didn't. And then he blew his brains out. I don't get it. I don't get it. Is that supposed to be an indictment on Neil's character? Because that's the only way I could take it, really. Yeah, his father was very, very, very bad. That was bad parenting, not being able to connect with the emotions of your child. Still, right? Doesn't really. She hadn't really been through what would even be close to justifiable to taking your own life like that, and then jeopardizing everybody that was associated with you, like Mr. Keating. And never mind your friend who got expelled. Did they want to show something with the contrast of his? He seemed to be the most hopeful and the most cheerful out of everybody, and then he was the opposite. I don't know. I didn't like that part. Because, as I said, I don't know what messages it conveys. It's a total antithesis of the movie, I feel. Beautiful film. I love the message. I love it. It spoke, like, Mr. Keating spoke, like, what he was saying, I was 100% in agreement with. And it's not, I don't want to say that people don't try. I think that a lot of people, maybe that's Neil's example. A lot of people try once, and when they face the first obstacle, they just quit trying to do it. Because that obstacle basically kind of like maybe reaffirms to them their own doubts about what they're doing. When you already have that doubt about you following your dream being something wrong, it kind of like collapses on you the first moment you face a hurdle, because you already have that doubt. And then that hurdle, it allows all the doubt to just collapse on you. And you're like, oh no, I was right to fear this, because look what happened. Instead, I should just conform to what everybody told me, because it seems to be working out for other people. Well, I feel like in 2024, I think it's very safe to say that we are very aware that most people's lives, conformity hasn't really worked out. I think it's an unfortunate situation where most people you talk to, they'll have regrets. The people who never thought of doing that, right, challenging conformity and challenging what they've been set up maybe to do from their family, from societal expectations, if they don't challenge that, but they truly don't ever think about challenging it, then perhaps they'll have less regrets also, which is kind of ironic, right? Because if you haven't even placed yourself in that mind state, you're kind of living life and you're like, yeah, this is how it's supposed to be, there's no other option but that. But if you've entered that mind frame of, well, why is it that way? Why does it have to be that way? Who decided that it has to be that way? And why can't I just do X, Y, and Z? But yeah, this is a movie that makes you think. This is a movie that, especially back then, even more so, because I feel like this topic, Carpe Diem, has since been a lot more talked about, become a lot more universal, more mainstream. But back in '89, right? Not that it wasn't, even then, back then, a lot of people, there was this whole generation after World War II, right? That they were like, trying to rediscover life, basically. The essence of being happy and enjoying life. It's a good thing that this movie is as known as it is, because it means a lot of people watched it. Hopefully a lot of people took a lot of stuff out of this. Because I feel like the message is very, very, very important. And again, that's why I'm kind of pissed off at Neil's death. But now that I thought of it a little bit, maybe it was a bad example. Right? It's a negative example. And then it's not supposed to be like, well, if you fail, kill yourself. It's supposed to be, well, that's a bad thing what he did. And by kind of showing the negative impact that it had on everybody around him, maybe that's what they were trying to get across. But despite this being a very cheerful movie through most of it, it got very heavy suddenly in the end. But then it ended on a positive note, and that's I'm glad it did. Even if it's not Carpe Diem, you don't have to seize every single day. I know sometimes it's difficult to do. Live life the way you want to live life. As long as you're not. Your freedom needs to stop when the other person's freedom begins. So I think though that it's important to live life on your own terms as much as possible. Enjoy your life as much as possible. I think that a lot of people, even when they would with a different mindset, be able to enjoy their life a lot more, and not, because there are also obviously the instances where the circumstances are just what they are. But even in those cases, you find people possibly enjoying their life more than people that quote unquote have it good. But that's a whole other different conversation altogether. But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me in another reaction, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one, guys.